This is ASICS' full range of stability shoes, the GT-1000, the GT-2000 and the Gel Kayano 31. We've got maximum stability moving down to moderate stability, premium and an affordable moderate stability shoe. They range from about $100 to $110 all the way up to $160. I'm going to break down for you what type of stability is involved in each shoe, how it can influence conditions like plantar fasciitis, knee pain, Achilles tendonitis, and I'm going to break down the performance of each shoe, the fit, so that by the end of this video you'll have a good idea of what shoe might work best for you. So the first place to start is on the cushioning. So we've got different types of cushioning in the GT-1000, which is the more affordable shoe. You've got a Flytefoam cushioning, which is a standard EVA cushioning that you get in shoes. It gives you a little bit of a soft feeling as you put weight into it. It doesn't have as much energy return or as much snap as what you get in the GT-2000. So you've got more PureGel within the midsole of the GT-2000, which just gives you a softer feel when you apply weight to it. It gives you a little bit more of a pushback, a little bit snappier, and it's a really comfortable ride. When you're looking for a nice plush cushioning, so it feels like you're walking on a cloud, so when you apply pressure into it, you look at the Gel Kayano. It's got the same type of cushioning, the FF Blast, but it's got more of it. So you've got 40 millimeters of cushioning in the back of the shoe and 30 millimeters of cushioning in the front of the shoe. So you just have a lot more cushioning compared to the 36 mils in the rear foot and 28 in the forefoot of the GT-2000. So it just gives you that sensation that you're walking on a cloud. Super comfortable. You don't get as much pushback or snap when you're walking at faster paces when you're running, but it's a really comfortable shoe. Then as we think about the stability of the shoes, what we get in the Gel Kayano 31 is a 4D guidance system, while you have a 3D guidance system in the 1000, the GT-1000 and GT-2000. So where that differs is all three shoes, they have a broad base of support underneath the midsole and the midfoot. They have sole flare so that the sole comes out wider than where your foot sits in the shoe. That gives you extra stability. And they've got side walls, which are walls that come up along the side of the shoe on the inside and the outside. They help to cradle your foot, keep it nice and centered in the shoe as you move. In contrast to those two, in the 4D guidance system, you've got this little bit here that sits in the midfoot. It's built in like a traditional arch support, but it's a different type of cushioning compared to the other aspects of the shoe, so it's got a bit more resilience to it. So as you apply pressure to it, it tends to push you back. So as you pronate or move inwards, it pushes you back outwards. Then you've got some lateral sole flare on the outside of the shoe that resists you and stops you from going too far out, and then it allows you to push through your big toe. So you've got foot moving in, resistance from the 4D guidance system pushing it back out, resistance from the outside of the shoe to make sure it doesn't go too far out, keeping you nice and centered in the shoe as you move. So it's a maximum stability shoe, and the design is very unique to the ASICS brand. Then in terms of the weight, you got the heaviest shoe in the Gel Kayano, you've got slightly lighter in the GT-2000, and then you've got the lightest shoe in the 1000, and that's just because it doesn't pack in as much stability as the other shoes. Then when we think about how that affects different conditions of the foot, well, when we've got a higher drop shoe like the 10 mils in the Gel Kayano, we know a high drop shoe helps to take the pressure off the Achilles tendon, and it can help reduce Achilles tendonitis pain. All three shoes are moderate stability shoes. They help to reduce the amount of speed that your foot pronates as you move through the gait cycle, trying to keep it centered in the shoe. So issues like posterior tibial tendonitis or plantar fasciitis, it can help reduce the stress on these tissues, and most of this is done in the Gel Kayano, but still prevalent and in a lighter shoe in the GTs. Then as we move up the shoe, you've got a nice plush upper on the Gel Kayano, a nice sock-like fit, super comfortable, really nice to slip in, and then it hugs your foot to keep it inside the shoe. You've got more of an engineered mesh on the GT-2000 and 1000, a little bit more breathable on the 2000 because it's a premium model compared to the more affordable model in the 1000. The fit is nice and roomy and not too tapered in the Gel Kayano 31, and by having that extra pad in the forefoot, it just means it protects conditions like metatarsalgia from the vibration in the ground. Then as we move further up the shoe, the upper on the Gel Kayano 31 is nice and padded, and it's gusseted, which means it's stitched into the shoe so it doesn't move side to side. It's thin and gusseted on the GT-2000, and then it's padded but not gusseted on the 1000. Around the heel counter, you've got an exceptional amount of padding on the Gel Kayano 31, so it makes it super comfortable if you've got any sensitivity sensitivity around that heel bone. It's nice and padded so it doesn't cause any irritation. It's nice and stiff to give extra elements of stability. A little bit less padding on the both versions of the GT-2000 and a bit more flexible on the back of the GT-1000, and that's more useful for conditions like Haglund's deformity, where it doesn't like really rigid heel counters pressing against it. So overall, in terms of decipher what shoe might work best for you, if you're looking for maximum stability, really comfortable, lots of cushioning, feels like a sock-like fit when you put it on, and you're happy to sacrifice the extra weight, then the Gel Kayano 31. If you're looking for a lighter, faster, up-tempo shoe that you can use for faster runs but still gives you that element of stability, then you look at the GT-2000 version 13. If you're looking for entry-level, moderate stability shoe, then I don't think you can get much better than the GT-1000. If you've got any questions on any of these shoes, please leave them in the comment section below. We've got individual reviews of each shoe and every type of ASICS brand in our catalogue, so please check them out.